Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another building challenge. This isn't how I was planning for things to go this week, but I haven't done one in a while, and I have some ideas for the challenge at hand, so I thought why not just roll out another building video back to back with the level swap with Para on Wednesday, which has went down really well. Thank you for the support on that. I'm going to be doing the glow only building challenge, which allows me to use any type of glow object, as well as invisible spikes and triggers, because, you know, I want the level to actually be playable. The original plan for my video schedule was to have the level swap series every second Wednesday, with more building challenges posted on the other Wednesdays, but the video I had planned for today, Friday, took too long to make, so I have to quickly put this out. I'm recording this on the same day as you're seeing it, if that helps you understand what kind of pressure I'm under today. I thought my computer science exam today was in the morning, but it turns out it's actually in the afternoon, so if I sound rough or if I make any stupid mistakes, that's probably why, because I'm recording this pretty much as soon as I've woken up. I'm using this song Lure by Laps because it has a vibey intro that I want to make some dark surroundings with. That's pretty much it. It's probably a cop-out for a challenge that has so many possibilities, but we need the content today, ladies and gentlemen. I'll maybe do a retake in the future if I run out of ideas for future building series, but that was a long intro. Let's just get started with some really basic wave gameplay at 1x in the beginning. To represent this spike, I'm going to be using this angled glow piece and the circular glow piece, which is going to be layered below it on B3. This angled glow piece will be on color 1, it's getting a new group 2, and then this circular glow piece is getting group 3, it's going to be on color 2, which I've set to black. I need to rotate this glow piece to the angle of the spike like so, free move it into place with the tip. The angle's a little bit off right there, allow me to fix that. And then in preview mode, we need to level this glow piece with this RGB menu that allows me to change the opacity and stuff to my liking. I think that's good enough. My idea for a structure is to have a spike pyramid. Allow me to demonstrate just by using some half spaces like this, by clicking on this little block and using WASD to move the spike on the smaller grid. Just like that, we have our pyramid set out. Allow me to quickly add a block transition at the beginning. I'll show you what I've done in normal mode. You can see how these spikes transition on and off the screen. I think it looks pretty cool. I've been able to make different shapes just by using the triangles stacked together like that. A trick that I want to do to see the ceiling of the wave boundaries is placing a portal under the level, ticking it and just making it invisible so it doesn't mess with my editing experience. Then you get two blue lines that show me the top and bottom. A common mistake that people make when their portal doesn't fit very well between structures is that they make a copy of the portal, scale it up to 2x and make it invisible, which actually messes up the width that you can enter the portal. So when you're sight reading, you can get messed up because you can't tell where the true entry of the portal is anymore. So what I like to do to keep things consistent is just extend the portal up and down like that without scaling, just so the level plays how you would expect it to when you sight read. That's cool. I also got a frame perfect portal entry there, that was nice. All of my structuring and stuff is now set out, even if I've just copied it, scaled it up, rotated it. I think it's a decent use of this pyramid thing. What I want to do next is change the way my colors are set up. I'm going to change color 2 to full opacity black, and earlier I set a group 2, this underlaying piece of glow, to group 3, so off the rip we're going to place an alpha trigger that sets group 3 to 43% opacity instead, which is going to make it a lot easier to work with when I come with pulses. I initially want all of this white detail to be set to black, so I've set up a pulse that has a short fade in time and a long fade out time that just pulses it to white on those 3 notes of the song, very slowly fading it out, but it goes to quite an ugly grey color. So I'm going to go to editor layer 1, copy all of these glow pieces right now, set them to editor layer 3, put them a whole Z layer above, so B1. I'm going to add a new color 3, which is going to be blue blending, just like that. So with this current background that I'm going to change very soon, don't worry, these spikes look really ugly when they fade to black, but I think that once I have all of my settings put in, it's going to look really nice. It just kind of tints the color that it fades off with instead of gray, because that's going to contrast with the dark blue that I want to add later. So, in line with these pulse triggers, I'm going to set up some alpha triggers that levels the black underlay glow up and down. So the first alpha trigger is setting it to full opacity in 0 seconds, and then I'm going to half space it, and there's going to be a 2-second fade time back down to 0, which it will never reach because I don't think the notes are ever 2 seconds apart. In fact, I've had to change the last set of triggers to fade off for 3 seconds so it lasts until the next set of notes and it never actually goes to 0. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that the underlay glow is changing too quickly. I think I'm going to change that initial change to a 0.1 instead of a 0.0. There we go. It's much less harsh now. Good. So this is the part of the video where I was going to make a big stacked glow gradient, but I realized to do the staircase I would have to use these blocks, which aren't allowed. Okay guys, I hate to do this, but it's going up. 5 times scale, baby. I'm gonna make that T1 and it's gonna move on group 4. Lock to the x-axis forever. Now we can set everything to black since I've got a couple of things in place. I'm not gonna get tripped out. Before I playtest and show you what it looks like, I need to set all of this overlaying glow to don't fade and don't enter, so there's no cracks on the sides of the screen where the blocks are trying to enter. Here we go. This is much more vibey than the blue background. Thank you for sticking with me through that, because I know that was probably painful to watch. Everything's looking pretty desaturated at the moment because all of those blending objects are uplifting just grey, straight up grey. It's weird. Before I'm happy with the blocks, I'm just going to change up the block transitions when you get to the different stages of the song. So I'm going to make some beams by flipping the glow objects opposite to each other. So these have been scaled up to 5 times scale by using the scale hack. I know, I don't like using scale hack, but I don't have these objects available to make nice looking beams. So this is my last resort, but I'm going to make some beams that are moving down from the sky on the moving group 4, but also on a brand new group 5 so I can move them individually. They need don't fade, don't enter, and they're on B4 as well. They're behind everything at the moment. So at the very beginning of the level, I need to make group 5 move down about 400 blocks in around 15 seconds. I think that's how long the level is. Oh, but the level will start with those already in the sky. So I'm going to give these beams another brand new group, one that's very easily rememberable. 100. I didn't say English there. And group 100 can just move down 10 blocks at the very beginning of the level, so all of this glow is moved down into place. I think it's pretty interesting. All of this glow is working hand in hand much better than I expected. Although the colors are a little bit off at the moment, I think it looks good. So that beam that I added was 5 scale. The next one that's going above on a slightly brighter color is on 2.5 scale. We just need to go back to color 4, increase the brightness by about yeah, that's a good number, 0.14. The difference isn't much, but you can definitely tell. That also needs group 100 and the next free 6, which I can just copy the move trigger 5 for, add it to 6, and double the distance downwards. That you get a parallax-ish effect from. Not really, but you can tell that the glow is kind of changing as it's sweeping across. I just need to make sure that color 4 fades to black at the very end, just to round it off and nothing gets cut off at the side. So there we have our background effect for when we come to add the middle ground effect, which I'm very excited to add. I think it's going to be really interesting. It's going to tie the whole thing together in my opinion. God damn it, I forgot to make the spikes fade out. Just like this. There we go. Perfect. That is so clean. The level does start very abruptly, but the song does have that in it, and I kind of want to keep that because it does work. Although, I do need to change color 3 to black blending at first, and then add a color trigger at the very beginning that just changes it onto its blue, just so you can't see it at the very beginning. This should be better. There we go, that works. I'm going to desaturate that blue a little bit though. I'm kind of mixing saturation with non-saturation. It's not working. So now, I just need to make the effect in the middle of the screen. The first thing to do is place the center in the center. That's the center there. This is going to be invisible, and it's also going to be on the moving group. Then I really do need the scale hack for this. This is the only way this is really going to work. It makes it impossible to select though. Where is the hitbox? Up here? Okay, there we go. It perfectly aligns with the middle of that object. Then we can copy paste it, flip it around, and do that. This is going on color 2, which is black, but it definitely needs its own opacity, which I'm going to use 7 for. A new group, which is going to rotate, so 8, and then it also needs the moving group, which is 4. Now I need an alpha trigger at the very beginning, which sets group 7 to around about, I'm going to say 0.25 at the very beginning, so 0 fade time. So you can barely see that at the moment, which is good. I forgot to add a unique group for the center, 9, okay. So I need a rotation trigger for 8 around 9. But I'm not going to add 9 as the center group ID yet, because Build Helper gets confused and thinks that I want a new center every time. That's going to be blank until I've got all my triggers set out, then I will add 9. It's going to rotate like twice around the whole thing in like 15 seconds. Then we need to select our 2 glow pieces and the rotation trigger. Then we need to Build Helper this. Now I'm going to add anything that I've Build Helpered onto editor layer 8. The other thing I could have done right here is link the 2 things together, but I'm going to be using a different editor layer just because it's the way I like to do things. And we just need to keep on copy pasting and build helpering over and over and over again. To speed up this process, we can just select everything and build helper on that, because it will work. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't want to add too many objects. There will be 144 objects rotating around that center circle, which is a bit crazy. So I've added the center group ID 9 into all of them now, and I just need to start selecting one at a time and just moving them one block to the right, which is going to take a little while since there's 72 objects in this. It doesn't really matter if the numbers don't go in order. What matters is that the rotations happen one after the other. See, I've made a mistake right there, so I need to move it up, select all of those, move them to the right, move it back down. You see, you don't want to mess this up. And there we have all of our rotations set out, one after the other. We're going to save and exit just to save all of those rotations, because there is a bug going around that the rotations won't work until you go out and back into the editor. Oh, I forgot to add the alpha triggers. No. Oh man. I mean, I could manually add all of these alpha triggers, but it's gonna be a pain. But I will do it for the content. Basically, when the level starts, you can just see this massive horde of glow corner pieces, which is not the best. So I'm making each individual piece fade on by itself. I just need to remember that when I'm done, I need to make a copy of these alpha triggers and crush them off the left wall that sets them all to 0 opacity first. Otherwise, this is literally pointless. I'm making it fade from 1 opacity to 1 opacity instead of 0 to 1 opacity. You get me? Made a copy of these, crushed them off the left wall, as I said, 0 opacity. Now, once I tweak the opacity slightly, I think I'm done with the level. I'm pretty proud with what I've done. It's only 1,200 objects, although I have used the scale hacks. That's not really accurate to what it would be if I didn't hack. But yeah, I think that looks decent. I'm going to upload this level to Dance Woman called Glow Only Challenge. Make sure you go check out the alt. I'll show you right now. It's called Dance Woman. Literally just Danceman, but with whoa at the... Whoa, god damn it. I just made a whoa joke without realizing. There you go, Dance Woman. There's also a couple of levels like Shut Joe and I Love Among Us 2 from the level swap that you should go and check out. These both have 1,000 downloads each. God damn, they've only been out for like 2 days. So yeah, that's the Glow Only Challenge. It's not the greatest. Hopefully you learned a few things about my mindset in the editor at least. I try to explain a couple of things that were in my mind as I was building this. But yeah, it's low effort, but honestly, it works pretty well. As I said in the intro, I'll probably do like another version of this in the future if I run out of building challenge ideas, because there is a lot of potential that you can do with only glow, and I want to tap into that. So yeah, thank you for watching this Geometry Dash building challenge video. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.